Hey lovelies, it's Heather. Just gonna go ahead and shoot today, this morning, whatever you want to call it. Gonna go ahead and shoot this video and get it out of the way. I hope everybody's doing good. I've just been struggling a lot with everything going on. Like emotionally, or mentally, I guess you'd say. Just realizing how much shit I've been through and stuff. It's like that old saying, about walking a mile in somebody else's shoes and everything, because I have a lot of people that look at me and they're like, oh, you're young, oh, you're just this, you're just that, and they don't get to know me and they don't know all the stories. And then even when they start to get to know me and they think that they know all the stories, I'm like, no, that's just the beginning of stuff and everything. But anyways, I don't know. I'm just trying to keep on keeping on. Trying to. Right now I'm feeling a little nauseous and I don't know why. I don't know if it's my stress level or if it's honestly, and who knows, because supposedly somebody died from it or whatever, but cake mixes and cookie mixes and all kinds of baked stuff like that the mix is old, you're not supposed to eat it, and I mixed one together and I don't know. Um, I didn't eat it. I took 2 bites of the cake and I was like, I don't know if I should eat this or not. And I was really stressed out, and so I'm like, okay, is it my stress and my nerves? Or did I get sick off of it? So who knows, I might end up throwing up or something. Or who knows, I might have ate enough to kill me, go to sleep and not wake back up. And I know I shouldn't say that, but you never know. It's just like anything in life. You can take a sip of water the wrong way. I hate to even say that, but holy shit. I seem so negative, but in comparison to my family, I'm not. I've literally heard that shit, since I was, 2. Oh God, don't drink that the wrong way, you'll die. And then my grandmother, every day, almost, it seems like, which granted it ain't been every day, but at least 5 times every year since I was born. Well, everything that breathes is gonna die one day. It's okay, can you stop saying it 30 years later? But she just can't. God. I don't know. I'm just trying to try. I gotta wait to see if I can file taxes, to see if the paper shows up that I need, to see how that's gonna go. And until then, I'm just waiting. And I can't get a lot done because the circumstances of everything. It's like I don't know how to get along with my family anymore, other than my kid. My kid, me and her, when we live together, it's even if we were arguing about something, we just wouldn't talk for 3 days. I mean, we'd talk little normal stuff, bye, I love you, see you later, and whenever she goes to school or I go to work, and can you hand me that, or what would you like for supper, basic stuff. But for as far as in detail stories, We sometimes go 2 or 3 days without talking to each other about stuff. But, never went that long in my family. Like, I don't know. And like I said, they're so negative and so controlling, and everything's always about them. Oh, God, it's exhausting. Just makes me want to hide in my room. But then if I do that too much and I make it too obvious, because I did that once before when I lived here, I was like, okay, I'm just going to hide in my room forever. And it was obvious I was doing that because I'd take my food and bring back here and eat back here, and I'd stay back here for everything. And my grandmother would come and like pick arguments with me. What are you doing? Why are you staying back here? Why are you staying back here all the time? Why are you staying back here all the time? Like, and it's like, because I don't know how to get along with you. I've tried for 30 years. Tried for 30 years to get along with Mom and Dad and Brandy. Like, and Brandy's my sister. Like, it just don't work. I try to talk to Brandy. She calls me a bitch. That's the end of that. I try to talk to Mom. She tells me to shut up, or she starts telling me about her damn problems. I rarely talk to Dad because Dad's constantly telling everybody to shut up. Even when they're not saying anything to him. And then my grandmother just keeps talking incessantly about everything. She gets up and she'll be like, just standing there in the kitchen. And she'll just start talking out loud to herself. Well, I'm going to make this afternoon after I make that. And then I still got to take the trash out, and I got to do this. And this has to be done. And then the guilt of things. Oh, Lord, the guilt of things. What was it she did today? I can't even remember. Now, yesterday, she was going to fix some Spam, and she went to go open it, and she couldn't get it open. So she asked me to open it, and I went in there. And the thing, like the little lift, the little pull tab, broke off of it. So it was a fucked up can, if you will. And so I was just going to take a knife and poke around where it's like perforated, if you will, even though, yeah, and just pry it up that way. And she wasn't having that. She was like, here, no, use the can opener. And I felt bad for standing up for myself, if you will, or putting a boundary up. But I was like, God damn it, like you asked for my help, and then it breaks, and I was like gonna open it with a fucking knife, and you're like, no, use a can opener. And I was like, no, I'm gonna use a knife. And she's like, no, use the can opener. And I was like, no, you can use the can opener. And so I went and sat down and left her with the can opener so that way she could use it. Because I was just like, no. And it made her mad, I could tell, but not real mad, but still it just twinged her a little bit that I wouldn't abide. But I told her flat out, I said, if you want it opened with a can opener, you can do it yourself. I said, other than that, I said, let me do it. I said, and I've had this fight, if you will, and it's not even a fight with her and with people in my family like 700 fucking times. Where they'll ask for my help, and I'll go to help them, and whatever it is that I'm helping them with, it ends up breaking or snapping or whatever. And so I'll go to fix it. I'll go to open it, I'll go to glue it back together, I'll go to fix it somehow. And every fucking time, every damn one of them's like, no, 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 fix it this way. And I'm like, I didn't even have that idea. I didn't even think of that. And it's not even like a pride or an ego thing where I'm like, I didn't think of that. Oh my God. Like, it's not even that. It's just, I'm just like, well, if you got your own fucking ideas, why are you asking me? Like, be proud of yourself for having a brain. Oh, you have an idea of how to do it? And then if you have an idea of how to do it, then, and my grandmother, yes, she's old, but believe me, she has the muscle to open a damn, use a damn can opener. So, do it. Like, I don't know, it just frustrates me. But it's like she stands there and she'll just hop up and do stuff, and she's just constantly talking. And then even if she's just talking on the phone or something, she's real loud and stuff. And I get that she's old and everything, but today, like, I was dying on the inside, and I didn't even finish watching the last 5 minutes of it because it literally was taking 15 plus minutes to watch the last 5 minutes of the damn movie, so I just said, fuck it, and cut it off. Because I was getting that mad, and I was just like, I'm not gonna blow up. I'm not gonna get mad about this. I refuse to. I was like, and I have for a really long time. I've refused to get mad about shit that I'm mad about because in my family, to be mad or sad, even though the negative comments, the negative sayings and catchphrases are all there, but for as far as the emotions of anger or sadness, they're not allowed to exist. At least with my family. Now, between me and my kid, I didn't give a shit. My kid could scream at me how she did. She could cry, I'd cry, like, we were real with each other. But for as far as my family, like, you can't do that. And, so anyways, dealing with my grandmother or whatever. And today, I was trying to watch a movie, and the movie was like almost 2 hours long. I had to stop and pause that damn thing so many times. It took like 3 hours. And I didn't even get done watching the last 5 minutes of it. I was just like, shit on it. I'm done. I was like, I don't even care. I'm so frustrated. I don't even care how it ends. I'm not gonna die from it. And for as far as emotions, it's like, what was it? Was it 3 nights ago? I think it was. 3 nights ago, I went in there and, or I came in, or whatever, to eat supper. And I dipped my plate, and I was sitting there, for a minute, and I thought, now, if I was truly in myself and who I am, and I could truly express who I am to anybody in my family, and be the way that I feel like being, and it not be bad and everything, but everything I do is bad because I'm the scapegoated child. And they're the fucked up people that they are. And I even, there's this video that, I've watched before, and it's called Why Does My Family Hate Me? And it's put out by this guy. And I got it actually, if you go to my page or whatever and like look at playlists that I've made, it should show. And I labeled it, I was like, what I'm going through now, or something like that. Because that's what I'm going through all the time. All the time with my family. Have been. And always will be, because there's no fixing it. But, I thought, when I sat down with my food and I started eating, I thought, damn, I would like to say to her, because she was fishing for a compliment. And she's done that before. But she wasn't fishing for it real bad. She just said, "Oh boy, I'm so hungry and this tastes so good," or something. She's complimenting herself. And I was just sitting there and I looked down at my plate and I thought, yeah, this food is good. Yeah, I am grateful. Yeah, I do like my grandmother. Yeah, I'm glad she cooked for me. Wow. And all this was going through my head. And I wanted to say to her, thanks for supper. But I knew if I would have, that she would have teared up. Then I would have cried, because I'd see her tearing up. Then she would have let like 2 or 3 tears roll down her cheek. And then she would have got on to me, why are you making me cry? And then I would have been like, well, I was just telling you thank you. And then she'd cry a little bit more. And then she'd get real hostile. She'd get real snippy with whatever she'd say to me. Which usually would be something along the lines of, well, I'm fixing to hurry and go to bed, And so she'd hurry and eat and go to bed, And then I'd be left sitting there feeling guilty and bad for being a piece of shit because I made my grandmother cry for fixing damn supper and thanking her for it. And even though my cousins, because there's just some of them that ain't been around, and I've lived with my grandmother a lot. They haven't. Even though they'd be like, oh, you're so full of shit and you should have thanked her and she would have been fine with it. And they don't know. And I have. And I've got that reaction where I'm sitting there left alone. She goes to the room, because she's hiding her feelings or whatever. And then even the next day she'd be like, well, thanks for telling me thank you for supper. I appreciate that. And then she'd give me a hug and like kiss me on the cheek and tell me that she loved me. But it's still a scar that you just like fucking basically scolded me, got mad at me, and I can't just put it all off on you and go, well, that's your behavior and you're not behaving properly. Because I'm at an age, and I've been at an age since I was like 12 to be like, that's not a proper behavior for somebody that, I compliment their food. And so I'd ask her one from like 12 to 15 or whatever and be like, well, why'd you get mad? Well, why this? I don't know. And she'd get real snippy about that. I don't know. I just did. I just do. And it's like, I'm supposed to be compassionate, supposedly. But where the fuck's the compassion for me? So it just leaves me in a fucking pickle all the time with everybody. And I was just like, fuck. So I just sat there and kept my mouth shut and ate the damn food and didn't say nothing. Which I've done many, many times. Because I'd rather sit there and deal with the regret. Like, say she dies, in another couple years. And say I'm sitting here and I end up bawling my eyes out because I'm like, damn, I should have told her that, I appreciate this and I appreciate that. I would rather sit there and deal with that regret and cry my eyes out about that than sit here and feel like shit because she actually runs and hides and goes to her room or whatever and all that. And that's the only two options I got because she's not going to do a damn thing to change who she is. Like, I don't know what the deal is, like, what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know, but I'm gonna end this video here. I hope everybody's doing good. Keep putting your best foot forward. Hopefully I won't get sick off of that cake mix. And I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye.